Bouki et Lapin, Bouki and Rabbit, a Franco-African tale originally told by Joe Ben Coleman, translated from Missouri Pawpaw French, and narrated in English by Adam Polakaitis. To hear my 3-year-old assistant speak Missouri French, jump to the 6-minute 15-second mark or the 6-minute 35-second mark. It's good to tell you once there was a Bouki and a Rabbit. They stayed together, and they had planted wheat together. When it came time to harvest the wheat, Rabbit was really troubled. After 9 o'clock, he started feeling hungry. All at once, he raised his head and shouted, "Hey!" Bouki asked him what was wrong. "There's some people calling for me to be a godfather." "Don't say no to the baptism, Rabbit," he said. Rabbit went to the dairy and began eating a pound of butter. When he came back, Bouki asked him what he named his godchild. He said, "I named him Antame." Begun. "A silly name for your godchild," he said. Not long after that, Rabbit cried out again. He said, "What do you want now, Rabbit?" "There's someone else who wants me to be a godfather." "Don't say no to the baptism, Rabbit. Go," he said. He slid on over to his dairy, and he ate what he called his godchild. When he came back, Bouki asked him what he named his godchild. He said, "I named him a moitié mangé," half-eaten. "That's a silly name for your godchild. Well, let's go have dinner, Rabbit." When old Mrs. Bouki came to dinner, she went to fetch the butter. She told her husband, "There's half of the pound of butter missing." "Oh, say no more. Rabbit is the one who ate it." A few days later, Bouki asked Rabbit for help digging a well. Rabbit replied, "I don't need to dig a well. I drink the dew, evening and morning." "Well, if you won't help me dig a well, we'll have to separate. We'll each have to go our own ways." Bouki dug the well himself. Rabbit had small gourds tied around his neck, and every evening he would fill some barrels in his cellar with water. One Sunday afternoon, the little Bouki children were playing with the little Rabbit children. They started feeling thirsty that afternoon, so they asked old Rabbit for some water. He replied, "I don't have water, you little numbskulls."
"Yes, you do, Papa,"
one of the little rabbits said.
"The big barrels in the cellar were stolen from Mr. Bouki."
The little Boukis went running to go tell that to their father. He said, "I'm gonna catch him tonight. I'll guard my well with my rifle." Bouki sat by the edge of his well. Later, he fell asleep and started to snore. Rabbit heard Bouki snoring. "I'm not afraid now." He took the water that he wanted, and he gave Bouki's mouth a good smack. And then he left. The next day, Bouki looked and saw tracks there in the dust. "I'm gonna catch him tonight," he said. He made a big tar doll and placed it next to the well with a big potato in its hand. Rabbit snuck over to get his water. He looked, and he saw that little doll there. "Bonjour, little girl. Give me a bite of your potato." "If you don't give me a bite of your potato, I'll give you a smack on the face." She didn't respond. He gave her a smack on the face. "If you don't let go of my paw," he said, "I'll give you a slap with my other paw, little girl." He gave her another slap, and it got stuck. "If you don't let go of my 2 paws," he said, "I'll give you another slap." He gave her another slap with his paw, and it got stuck. "Let go of my 3 paws, or else I'll really give you another slap." His 4 paws got stuck. "If you don't let go of my 4 paws, I'll give you a headbutt." He gave her a headbutt, and his head got stuck. "Let go of my 4 paws, or else I'll hit you with my tail." He gave her a slap with his tail, and his tail got stuck. The next morning, Bouki came and said, "Hey, Rabbit, I've got you this morning, and I'll throw you down my well." "Yeah, Bouki, is that why you trapped me? If you toss me down your well, I'll be able to drink whenever I want." "Okay," said Bouki. "I'll toss you behind the log in the fireplace." "All right, Bouki. I couldn't wish for a better place than that. Winter's coming now, you know. They're stacking up firewood now, so I'll sit and warm myself." "Okay," he said. "I'll throw you into the dew then." "Oh, Bouki, don't throw me into the dew. It's so cold this morning. I'll freeze in there." Bouki caught him, and he tossed him into a big bunch of bushes. Rabbit stood up and jumped 2 or 3 times. He told Bouki, "You're a fool, Bouki. If you'd thrown me down your well, I would have drowned. If you'd stuck me behind the log in the fireplace, I would have burned up. Don't you remember when you asked me to dig a well, I said I drank the dew evening and morning? I'm right at home now. Kiss my paw. Now I'm leaving."
Sassy la fin. Ben Majesty.
This conte
Bouki and Brer.
and 72 others in the original Missouri French dialect are found in Joseph Medard Carrière's 1937 monograph, Tales from the French Folklore of Missouri, available for free at the link in the description below.
Merci, Papa. Like low, buddy. J'adore la cave. And do you let Mr. Bouki?